Hello, hello, and welcome to 21 Days, Business Days of Skilling You Softly. I am Sarita Price, the CEO and founder of FSP Enterprise, and I am so happy to be with you today for the next 21 business days, as a matter of fact, to share with you um, soft skills, my passion for soft skills. I'll share with you each day a specific soft skill. So just go ahead and get started. I want to welcome you. Like I said, the purpose of these 21 business days of skilling you softly is really to take a deep dive into soft skills and how they will help you professionally as well as your personal growth. So I'm excited. And as always, I always say I'm the coach who is skilling you softly to live and lead with confidence and boldness, because that is the purpose of what I do. And just let tell you um, a little bit about my business. It is my passion to really help my clients develop and enhance your soft skills to be equipped to live and lead with confidence and boldness. Um, Soft skills really do matter, and I don't think we really realize how important they are. It's a requirement as a leader. Um, as a leader, and let me just say this, leadership is not only just, you think of leadership as only job. If you have any type of responsibilities, you are a leader. If you are a parent, if you're single, you're a leader of yourself. So these particular soft skills we're going to really look into and take a deeper dive into them, because not only do I want to help you take care of your business, I want to help you as an individual take care of your being as well. So let's get started. So I just want to say these are not going to be long segments. I chose this on purpose um, during lunch hours so you can lunch and learn. So this really is the purpose. So what exactly are soft skills? So soft skills are really those, you hear people say soft skills, they're really your people skills. They're those transferable skills that you have no matter what career that you're in. You can be a leader, doctor, lawyer, engineer, teacher. These are people skills. And, I listed some, but what we're going to take a deep dive into today is look at the soft skill we're going to look at today is actually change management. So I chose this one on purpose for the first day. This is um, a big one, especially during this time that we're in the pandemic. So change management really is the processes, the tools, and the strategies for managing the people side of change within an organization. So when you think of that, in my career, I've worked with organizations where we had mergers, we had acquisitions, you had a software upgrade. I just went through that process at the university. I am currently an adjunct professor. We actually upgraded to a brand new learning management system, and it's a curve. So really, sometimes people don't like change, right? So this management is really the process of helping people go through change. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my 2 or 3 devices at one time to make sure we on track here and everything's showing up. Um, Change management. Let me just say this one thing clear: change management is not process improvement. That is not what change management really deals with. Um, it's more of, like I said, how to manage people, because the thing is, like I said, people don't like change. I recall organizations I've worked with, when we went through a merger, we had two companies that merged together. And even though the company cultures were similar, there still was change. So there was a lot of feelings of anxiety. There was like, am I going to have a job? What's going on? Um, Even to the situation, I live on this a certain side of town. The company is moving to the other side of town. What am I going to do about childcare for the mothers? I mean, there's a lot with change management. It can be stressful. And if you're not careful, it can actually cause high turnover rate. So as a leader, you have to learn how to lead through change. Perfect example now. We have a pandemic going on. You know, some leaders they're lost. Of course, we've never experienced anything like this in the past. So, you know, people are lost. Some leaders they don't know what to do. So, you know, you need to have those techniques and this particular soft skill to help you get through that. And this is a people skill. You know, if you're not accustomed to dealing with, well, as a leader, you should be accustomed to dealing with people. That's one of the first things of leadership, because I always say this in my training courses. When you go from being task oriented, I use this example. If I'm an engineer, I'm a great engineer. And then sometimes, you know, if you don't know what leadership entails, you might want to promote that individual to a supervisory role, but he may be great at a task. He or she may be great at a task, but are they great? Are they good at people? Because once you go into leadership, you go from task, or you're dealing with people majority of the time. You may be an expert at the task or what's happening, the process, but you're dealing more with people than their personality. So when you're talking about change management, it's crucial that you know how to prepare and support individuals through the actual change process. So let's go to this is what I want to talk about really. What are the 5 steps to successful change? First and foremost, as a leader, you need to acknowledge and understand the purpose for the change. And this leads me, and let me just say this as we go on this journey for the next 21 business days. A lot of these soft skills actually interact with each other. You're going to see, I put in bold, communicate, which is the second step. But a lot of these go hand in hand. But first, you need to acknowledge and understand the purpose for the change. Your employees or whoever, if you are a leader, you're a parent, and there's some changes going on in the household, you need to, if you have children or what have you, you need to talk to them or talk to each other about this is the change. This is the purpose for the change. This is why we are changing. I know what some of the things, I kind of listed here. I mean, you could have a merger. You're merging two organizations in the business world. You can have rebranding. Sometimes people go through whole rebranding where they even sometimes their vision and mission are kind of tweaked or changed a little bit to actually um, put in perspective the direction and the vision that they see where they're going. And like I said, a software upgrade. So you need to communicate, but not only communicate with transparency, right? So you need to communicate with transparency as well as to your employees. They need to really get your employees involved in the change because you can't do everything by yourself. I have witnessed and experienced of years being working in corporate America. What once you acknowledge the change, you communicate with your employees. Let them understand the purpose in the change and then involve them in it, because many times when organizations make a change, it's not about just, of course, it may be a shift to increase revenue, but sometimes it's not about revenue. Sometimes it's about efficiency and making it a better workplace for your employees. So if you communicate that with transparency to your employees, they will jump on board and be willing to help you with the change. But you have to communicate with them. You have to have a level of transparency with them. Or if not, the whole process is going to be um, difficult. It's not going to be easy. So making sure you communicate with transparency, the need involves people, getting them involved in the whole process of that. The third step is to develop a plan for change. You got a plan for change. How is it going to look? Involving um, your employees, you will be surprised at the wealth of knowledge that your frontline employees have. I'm telling you from experience, some of the greatest ideas that I've encountered in my career in HR came from the frontline employees. They're valuable. They're there. They're actually in the um, front line. They are seeing what's going on. So you definitely want to have them in that planning stage. The next step, of course, is implement change plan. You got to, once you plan it, you have to actually put an implementation um, strategy in place to make, for the change to go by successful. One of the things that I like to talk about when you are actually planning the change, um, you have to make sure it's just not the information. You have to have an implementation strategy. Just like when I coach my clients, and I'll tell anybody um, that are seeking a coach or what have you, there's information all over the internet. You can get information on a daily basis, but the key is implementation. Sometimes we don't know, um, we may have the information, but we don't know how to correctly implement it. So that's critical as well. And the last step, of course, and if you have worked in project management, these steps that I'm saying. Some of these are some of the steps in the project management process. But like I said, this is about people. This is not really about processes. But you want to evaluate the progress and celebrate the success. And how you do that is another thing. This is crucial. Engage your employees. We have this new system in place. How is it working? How is it working for you? What is the feedback? What are you getting from your customers or your clients? So really evaluating it, if it's working, great. If not, and many times, not always, you're always going to have to tweak something. But really getting them involved in the process. Um, you know, Going back now to the pandemic and what's really going on. It's just like you have, from an HR perspective, especially, you have these new laws, and then we have things going on. Is a law? Is it not? Has it been passed? You got the vaccinations, and you have all these different things, and then you have the stress. So, being, acknowledge what's going on, communicating with your employee, let them having a voice, meeting with them. So this is really crucial in this whole um, change management process. Is, all of these steps are important, but I would actually say the second step of communicating with transparency and the need and the involvement of the people is one of the most important things, because um, an organization is not an organization without people. You know, if you want to really This slogan I've seen many times. Treat your employees like they matter, and they will. They will help you through the process because people can become loyal. Loyalty is still there in some organizations. You just have to make sure that you are there for your employees, and they will be there for you. Okay, so like I said, this is short and sweet to the point. Um, just to let you know, and I'm actually we are about to end. So let's keep in touch. Like I say, I will see you on tomorrow, day 2. And this is all my information for all things Sarita. You can basically catch me my link tree from Sarita's Pen that connects you to all of my social media platforms as well. So I want to thank you for, and some of you guys may see the playback. Um, that's good. But thank you for coming. And if you leave any comments, and I'm sure I'll see on all my social media platforms. And I see you there on day 2 on tomorrow. Have a good day.